Welcome to an interview with Byron Nell, the recipient of the 2025 PJ of South Africa National Game Development Award. This prestigious recognition follows a comprehensive selection process from peer nominations and personal motivations submissions to voting by the PJ members and a awards panel. Byron has been chosen by his fellow members and the panel as the deserving winner of this year's award. Each year, the PJ of South Africa honors 4 outstanding members across categories of management, club professional, high performance coach, and game development coach. And one of these 4 will be named the PJ Professional of the Year for 2025, with the announcement taking place at the annual awards and graduation ceremony on the 15th of September at Royal Johannesburg. Byron, thanks for making the time to have a chat to us.
Awesome. Thank you, Dietrich. Really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for all the members for nominating and voting for me. Really appreciate the support. It's truly an honor and privilege to win these awards.
Yeah, great, man. Yeah. Congratulations from our side as the PJ. Very proud of what you've done. You've done some great work. And if we jump into some questions here, just share with us a little bit in terms of what your position is at the Country Club Johannesburg, and how a day looks like in the life of Byron Nell.
Yeah, so I'm one of the teaching professionals here at the Country Club Johannesburg. I work alongside John Dixon and Tandy McCullum. And yeah, our general week is that I have Mondays off, as most courses are closed, even though the Country Club isn't. But Mondays off. Tuesdays to Saturdays, I'm working pretty much all day. And then Sunday mornings till 1. I've got a young family at home, so I try to take 1 weekend off a month to spend time with them. And then if I break that into the day-to-day operations, my little man is Riley's a year and a half. So he's at nursery school, which is luckily just around the corner from the club. So I drop him off at school between 7 and 7:30, get to the club, get some admin going, and then generally start with my lessons around 8 o'clock. I go until about 12. And then have a bit of a lunch break, and then do my afternoon lessons from 2 to 6 with all my junior programs. So it's a full day, busy day and week, but I love it. I love what I do, and wouldn't change anything. So.
Oh, awesome, man. People think the coaches have a great job just standing out there on the range and looking, but it's actually quite a difficult job if you haven't done it. So yeah, it's also nice to hear that you've got some work-life balance, which is great to hear. You've won the Game Development Coach Award, but I think you've won the Grow Golf Award in its previous sort of version previously, and growing the game of golf has got a bunch of different aspects and target markets, and from our side we see, from not just locally but globally, there's the cohorts, as in the ladies and the juniors, taking up the game of golf is definitely growing. In your view, where do you see the key areas where the growth is happening from your side?
Yeah, so definitely ladies and juniors. I see the game of golf has been growing over the last few years for sure. And ladies and juniors are sort of championing that aspect. We're quite fortunate at Country Club Joburg here. We well situated close to the sort of Sandton business district, and with a lot of schools in the area. So there's a lot of feet through the door, members as well as visitors. So in terms of the corporate space, and ladies in particular, I've definitely seen an increase in the corporate lady taking up the game, whether it be for they're being invited to golf days, corporate events. They're wanting to network and engage, and not just be part of the golf day, but actually play. So we host a lot of corporate clinics and events to get the corporate ladies sort of up to speed and trying to get them onto the course and ready for those days. And you also get the other ladies that their boyfriends or husbands play that they're wanting to get into the game, or their kids are taking it up as well. So it's quite a family orientated thing as well. We've got we've got the Mashi course here. So you'll find here our driving range and Mashi course on a public holiday and a weekend is busy, and a lot of them are beginner golfers, which is great. So it's both ladies and juniors, but because of slightly different reasons. But it's, the growth of the game is definitely there, and us as coaches, we're trying to facilitate that as much as possible, and get them, starting with a few lessons, get the basics right first, which I'm a big component of, ensure good basics, and then get them on the course. And again, we're fortunate, we've got the Mashi course that we can sort of get them onto a course environment where it's not so intimidating, and learning to play the game and have fun, right? Really.
Yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, it's nice to hear. I think I think clubs have done a great job in the last 5 or 10 years to try and change just the perception of what a club is. I think it's not so intimidating anymore. So it's nice to hear that there's a lot more corporate women coming into the game, trying the game, and then trying to jump onto a golf course to go and play. It's really good to hear. So, and you were talking about a little bit about your club, the facility that you are at, the Country Club Joburg. So I think it's a wonderful facility, but there's this collaboration that has to happen between what you do and how the management supports you. How do you engage with the management at the club to on how you can both benefit from each other to sort of like to ensure that this non-stop mission of the grow the game will happen?
Yeah, so been very privileged to, John and myself have been at the Country Club Joburg now. October will be 7 years. So it's been a great time so far, and we wish many more years. And this club is a really fantastic club. The management run this place really, really well. So us as the golf team down at the range, we try facilitate any corporate clinics, we do a lot of ladies clinics, senior clinics. I've just had my holiday clinics with the kids in the holidays. We help assist management or pro shop with golf days, fittings, things like that. So we are part of the weekly HOD meetings, monthly committee meetings, where we assist with the running of the driving range and maintenance practices, and ensuring everything runs smoothly down there. We're sort of their eyes and ears down there. So yeah, we do engage and collaborate with management as best as possible. Having said that, I think why this club is really successful and why it runs so well is management is super good at communication, not just with us, but with all departments. Everyone is on the same page. Everyone knows what they need to do and when they need to do it. So when there are events and what have you, everything is run smoothly because the communication is done so well. So I think that is really key and why this facility really works well.
Yeah, we always see that when there's a collaboration between the PGA members at a club and the management, the two complement each other always. Because I mean, if you can get people to play better golf, they're going to enjoy it more and they're going to play more golf. So it's just this sort of circle that just helps each other going forward. So yeah, I think you've got a great ecosystem there at the Country Club Joburg. From a Grow Golf perspective, as I said earlier on, you've won it in its previous versions as the Grow Golf Award, but it's now the Game Development Golf Award. Surely it must make you proud, to be recognized for the work you do. But you touched a little bit on the schools in the area and that sort of stuff. How do you engage with the schools and communities to promote golf among the young people and the ladies? Give us a little bit of background in terms of what sort of programs you run.
Yeah, so very, very humbled and privileged to have won the Grow Golf Award previously, and now the Game Development Coach Award. So it's always rewarding to win these awards and just for the hard work that one puts in. So yeah, in terms of, again, Country Club is super well located. We've got a lot of schools and communities in the are. And like I said before, there's a lot of feet through the door. So a lot of people are coming into the club and wanting to learn to play the game. What I found has worked well for me and the programs that I've run, particularly the Operation 36 program and model, is like I suggest this to every beginner, not just the juniors, but beginner golfer, and using this model as to how they should learn the game and get onto the course, because we want the guys obviously to come for a few lessons, learn the basics, the grip, the posture, how to hit the ball, chipping and putting and what have you. But once you've got a sort of a an understanding of those aspects, we're wanting the guys to get on the golf course. I mean, that's the whole idea of playing the game, right? We want them to get on the course and experience what it is, what it means to play golf. So taking that Operation 36 model and starting the students close to the hole or close to the green just makes sense. Everyone that's done this, whether it be a beginner or whether it be a junior or an adult, they come to me and say, it's so much fun. It makes so much sense. It's less intimidating. They can get on the golf course without worrying too much about speed of play, and they can have fun, right? So we start them the kids are started at 25 meters, some of the adults 50 to 100, depending on sort of where I feel their skill levels at. And they can hit their first shot on or around the green, works on their short game, and we try to get them to break 36 shots over 9 holes. So essentially everything's a par 4.
Yes.
And they can go play 9 holes quite comfortably, have fun, and understand what it's like to play golf. And as they improve, then they can move further away. And it works really, really well.
Yeah, I think it's that building the confidence within somebody to be able to do it. So I think it is a great way to do it. You obviously been a PGA member for a long time. So, how do you promote your PGA membership and professional certification within the members at Country Club Joburg and within your peers in the PGA? How do you go about that?
Yeah, so I'm a super proud PGA member, always have been, always will be. I love the PGA, love the game and all the members that are involved. So I wear my belt clip almost every day, and I love I love it when the kids they see that belt clip, they see the PGA logo, and often they'll ask, "Oh, am I on the PGA tour?" So I have a bit of a chuckle with that, but I get a chance to explain to them, what it means to be a PGA professional, and all the subjects you study as an associate, and the pathway that you have to do to become a qualified PGA professional, and then once you do qualify, the different classifications, Class A, AAA, and AA, AAA, and so on, and then not just the continued learning that one takes from all of that, but because a lot of the youngsters, they always obviously they want to go pro, right? So that's a big factor. But as a PGA professional, you can be a coach, golf director, club manager, greenkeeper. There's so many different aspects within the game, the golf industry, and I think it opens their eyes to this could be a career for me one day if my playing career doesn't go where it needs to go. They can still enjoy a wonderful career within the golfing space, and so yeah, I always love that story I can tell the juniors and my students.
Yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, well done to you. And I guess that brings us to the last point here. Is kind of it ties in with mentorship, and the PGA is very proud of how we get our associates into the business. They all have to work underneath a PGA professional to be able to be mentored through the program. And you've gone through it as well. Who's been your biggest influence or mentor to get you to the point where you are currently?
Yeah, so I definitely think mentorship is super important, as you've mentioned, and us as PGA professionals in South Africa, we are a small group of PGA professionals. If you look at the other PGAs with around the world, so we are a tight-knit community, and we do need to engage with one another and build relationships and learn from one another. So I definitely think that's important. In terms of mentorship, I've been fortunate to work with quite a few influences within the industry in my time. I was down at Mount Edgecombe in the early part of my career for a couple of years. I got to work with Phil Simmons and Steve Cottingham down there in their different spaces within the golf industry, and I learned a lot from them. Following that, I was fortunate to be the membership relationship manager for the PGA and run the Gauteng North region for a couple of years. So in that time, I was engaging with the Gauteng North Committee. You're on the committee at the time, Paul Marks, Dave Usendorf, Janusik. So I got to build relationships with you guys and learn from you, and it just helped grow myself in my career. So that definitely helped. and obviously working with head office and Ivano, that also helped grow me in that role. But most definitely, and without a doubt, the biggest influence on my career has to be John Dixon. He's a mentor, but I'm fortunate to call him a friend. I've been working with John for 9 years now. We get along so well. We're very similar-minded, similar personality people. And I've learned not only just in terms of how he coaches the game, making it quite simple and easy to understand, but more as a person. He's very kind-hearted, humble, passionate. He goes that extra mile. So that's really, I've taken as much as I can in that regard from John as to how I want to be as a person, how I engage with my students, and how I sort of carry myself. So I can honestly say without John Dixon's influence, I definitely wouldn't be where I am today. So all thanks to him.
Yeah, nice man. No, he is one of the best. So you've had a good person to help you out as well. So yeah, it's nice to hear. Byron, that brings us to the end of the interview. So it's been a pleasure to interview you, providing some of your insights in how you live the PGA slogan of touching lives through the game of golf. We look forward to having you at the annual award ceremony on the 15th of September, and good luck with the process of the announcement of the PGA Professional of the Year. So yeah, have a great day, and we'll see you there.
Thank you, Dietrich. Yeah, appreciate it. Have a good day as well, and we'll see you then.
Excellent. Thanks, Byron.
Thanks. Cheers.
Bye.